rested? What's our time period look like?
Sure. Okay. So, last episode we finally saw the monster, the hunter, um, the villain known in Southport and along the Dragon Coast as De Geest. De Geest believed that you had something very important to him, um, and in your attempt to sort of end his reign of terror along the among the cities of the Dragon Coast. He found you in the warehouse slash brewery of the Vandecamps, and from there, a battle was fought with all of you, where nobody actually lost their lives, but um, vast amounts of damage were done. As well, the fallout from the Vandecamp estate was uh, there there will be ramifications about what happened. Namely, Thomas Vandekamp uh, died in your pursuit of finding out what happened to Victoria. That being said, upon his death, there was some information that was investigated to be found as odd, and that the body of Thomas Vandekamp appeared to be fabricated. What that information means moving forward, we do not know. But in the escape of trying to get off the property, his body was hidden by a new member to the group, Conan. Am I saying it right, Brian? Birdbarian. Let me just double check.
Yes, yes, a bird variant.
Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien, a Aarakocra warrior slash entertainer, trying to win the mantle of funniest bird alive.
Yeah, following the footsteps, tentacle steps of the llama.
Yeah. Mr. David Letterman, whose stand up the weekend before his death uh, is compared to real life stand up like Eddie Murphy's Red, Dane Cook's
Not,
big
not really.
big
Just to
arrival,
Conan.
just to
Just
cone,
to Conan.
just to cone.
Don't put Eddie Murphy and Dane Cook in the same sentence. That's. I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't believe you would say that.
I mean, have we listened to Red
Be on Dane
recently?
Cook's level. Like, it's wild that you would do that.
I mean, Dane Cook is Dane Cook, and I think we're all aware of who that human being is. But Eddie Murphy is like absolutely funny, but Red is uncomfortable in 2020, 2021.
In 2021,
How is it in 2020?
I think it was it was fine. Fine. In February of 2020.
Mm.
February of last year. Can I? We took Thomas's head though, right? We just left the body. We cut off his head. Did we not? I thought we did that.
I don't know. I don't think I remember taking the head.
That feels like a really gruesome measure.
We would have done
Did we
gruesome.
keep the
We
head?
were doing gruesome at the time. I can't recall though. I feel like it's better written down.
Like Eddie Murphy's Red stand up, we were doing gruesome at the time.
I did not see.
I thought the
Yeah,
body
I-
I thought the body was intact.
I
Yeah,
thought we
I don't-
took the head for purposes keeping part of the body. Oh no, we took his dick. That was it.
I mean, it was the head of his
we-
dick.
We took the little head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
That was it. We did do that.
that seems way more on brand.
Yeah, that's more our style.
I just recall the conversation.
Let's take his head. No, that's too far. What if we just cut off his dick? Okay. Yes. So the group has spent a long amount of time in Southport, apparently suffering defeat after defeat. Escaping with one's lives is basically the only victory that we can all lay claim to. But at the end of the fight with DeGeest, Calder finally responding to his calls from his captain, came with the ship and rescued the group. And you sailed off into the dark moonlight of Southport. And from there, you set a leisurely direction of north. And if we go to the map, oh, excuse me. You can see that. Can I ping stuff? No, I'm playing too much StarCraft. I just tried to go Alt left click to
There's a map in
roll 20.
Discord or Roll20. Roll20. I'm on the
Discord.
bar. I just have the bar. We're not
Same.
on the
Yes, sorry.
In Discord.
Yeah, I have not moved the player tab yet. My apologies.
There we go. You can if you left click. Okay.
Sorry, I can what?
If you left click, you can ping. You just hold left click.
Oh. Wait.
Look at us.
Oh yeah, that's all it is. Perfect. Okay, so Southport. This is where you were. My green echo. And you set a course of north towards the Great Arth. But the ship is not beholden to that direction. And we can wake up the following morning, everyone fully rested. I think I just need an explanation as to what happened with Victoria. Yes, sorry. I realized I buried the lead here. You kidnapped Thomas's daughter after in escaping with DeGeest, and so you have Victoria, the youngest daughter of the Vandekamp Empire, on your ship against her will. And if you're just joining us for the first time on Twitch, just maybe an adult content warning that we tackle some pretty tough stuff, like kidnapping children of wealthy empires.
She is a werewolf. Also, she's not just a kid. She also tried to murder us.
Pat, if I was going to say that you kidnapped a werewolf, I would have said that you kidnapped a werewolf. You have kidnapped a child.
I don't make the game.
I just make choices in it.
Honestly, this one's, I think, a lot on path. This is a lot of path in this one. I will acknowledge that I am a part of this gang, but
that
I
is
didn't kidnap a kid.
that is too funny.
All right, we have Victoria, probably tied up in. Do we have a brig on the ship? Probably,
Yeah.
right? It's a pirate ship.
It's a well-used brig. You've tied many people up there.
Well, and it's coming from a slave trader pirate. I assume he's got some like a bad lockup spot or something. I haven't looked at the ship in a while. Let's see.
Is the ship all repaired? Like, are all the
we did
guns and
repairs
stuff on it?
in our downtime.
You had 2 weeks as the city was recovering from the attack of the Tarask. During this time, you requisitioned some repairs.
Yeah. So the ship's repaired. The guns are repaired on it, right?
Yep, it's fully functioning now.
Yeah, fully functional. Good to go. Not being chased by a Tarask anymore. Not because we're good at things, but because one of our friends died. So there's still a Tarask wandering, but not specifically after us. We haven't had a win in a while. We're bad at this, man.
Yeah,
Southport
it's
was
tough.
a disaster. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Hey, but you found me.
We did find you, Conan.
Conan, you are
Can't
pretty
do
funny.
funny.
that bad.
Glad that you came along, man. You know, I barely even miss David. Just slid right into the same role.
No, I'm a bird person.
um, yeah. So, my thoughts with RE, the kidnapping of Victoria. This is in character to you guys, by the way. I'm assuming that the beast can like track her in some fashion, or should we ask her about that? Because like I really only want her kidnapped insofar as we can get De Geest to the place where we need to get him to. RE, the letter thing, right?
Yes, the Valley of the Moon's Kiss.
Yeah, which exists somewhere,
That's right. It
but we
is.
don't know where. Who is the person that knows where that is?
We don't know necessarily. Anyone who knows, the letter was to the mayor, Hemlock. It was written by someone who signs their thing as F. That's all we got.
Fergus.
His name does start with an F.
That's true. That is true.
Where is Fergus right now?
The last time you saw Fergus was when you went to investigate the Tarrasque's.
Last known
Yeah.
whereabouts
Last-
/ islands / known whereabouts in the Nux, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah, that's pretty far north, though.
And it was at that point that Fergus, you had made mention that you were going to continue trying to deal with the Tarrasque, and he said, I can't do this if this is what you're going to do. And he left his post in the Nux.
Where are we going? What do we want to do here? What's the play?
It's it's a good question.
Short-term goals, more the primary thing here, I think.
So from my angle, like we've got a couple things. So we know that we've seen a wanted poster for me from Dyerdale, so we know we got some action over there. Obviously we could see if we can figure out where this Valley of Moon's Kiss is, and see if De Geest will get lured to it with us holding on to Victoria. We know that there's some crazy stuff going on from from Sturgeon Isle. We feel probably relatively likely that we know who Dr. Aki is and some of the shenanigans therein. Feels like he might be a big bad, so we might want to not go to Sturgeon Isle.
Yeah, I mean, you did come up with you did figure out that anagram.
I was inspired, yeah.
New Horizon, a little less pressing without David around, but we could go to New Horizon. I'm thinking more specifically with regard to Victoria, though. Should we I can contact the mayor if we want to be in touch with him about.
Yeah, I think from Victoria's standpoint, I think that there's if we want to try and lure De Geest somewhere, then we keep her. But if otherwise we can just set her down. Like, I don't know that there's going to be a ton of, other than that she's clearly got this connection to De Geest. I don't know what else. I don't think there's much else there, right? So for me, like, as you know, from past perspective, it was a little bit of perhaps an insurance marker to get out of town, right? Like, De Geest is unlikely to attack the ship or something with Victoria on board. But past a lure, I don't know that there's much value there.
Why don't I send a message to the mayor?
Sure.
And all right, so I'm gonna have 25 words to say to him. Uh, how do I say it in a way that doesn't sound like a ransom note?
Well, don't ask for money.
Yeah, true. I just want to say like we've got Victoria, but not in like a criminal way.
Yeah, how
Yeah, we could.
using 25 words, how do I communicate to the mayor that it's not a ransom? Make sure you don't mention anything about money. Oh my gosh, yeah, that was like 13 words right there.
All right,
I think
so
we might want to position to the mayor that we have Victoria. Victoria is tied to De Geest. Does he have any recommendations? Does he have any kind of insight into what to do?
What about like the robot family? Do we tell him about the robot family?
all right, so if I say something along the lines of Vandekamp was a robot,
Yeah.
that's four.
Do they know what robots are?
Victoria is
Yeah.
with us.
Tied to De Geest.
I don't want to say she's tied because that sounds like we've tied her up. We have, to be fair, we have done that. I don't want it to sound that way in
Connected?
the message.
To De Geest?
Connected to the east.
Please advise.
Please advise us not criminals.
No money.
Not criminals.
Signed, not criminals.
No money. Is that the message you're sending?
Is that good? Any modifications to it?
No, I send it.
All
I'm
right,
happy.
I'm sending it, and I'm gonna say "love you" at the end of it.
So sorry, I just want to make sure that I got this. Vandekamp was a robot. Victoria's with us. Connected to De Geest. Please advised. Not criminals. No money. Love you.
Should I say Valley of the Moon? Does that help us win him
No,
over?
I don't
Did you
think
say
so.
that
I don't think we
she
need to
is
say.
connected to the geese? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
say she is connected to De Geest.
She is connected to the geese.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah, leave out the love you.
All right. I'll leave out the love
Can't
you.
hurt.
Okay. No love you.
I put it back in after Conan says that it can't hurt.
Okay. It's kept in there.
Oh, he probably doesn't know who it's from.
I think he will when he
Well,
reads the message.
it's just gonna be me talking in his head.
Well, he's heard you talk though, right?
Not true.
So he'll know it's you.
Does he know about this spell though?
Why don't you take a look at the spell?
Oh boy. Let's see. Pretty sure. All right. Send a short message, 25 words to a creature with which you're familiar. Here's the message in its mind. Recognizes you as a sender if it knows you. Okay. You can answer in a like manner immediately.
Perfect.
Okay. He has 25 words as well.
Yeah.
Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Give me a little more.
Yeah, sorry.
But no more than 10.
Indeed.
I think we got it. Okay. So you send your message off. Soon after, you get a response from Hemlock, and it comes in as this: City unsafe. Rumors are spreading of Thomas's death. Where is he? What is Victoria's connection? Tensions are building. City about to explode.
All right. I relay the message back. So if I say something along the lines of Thomas Bottom Pond, is that what it is? It's a pond on his property, right?
Yeah.
It's off in the middle of the pond. I feel like I can say bottom of the pond, but that's so many words. I'll just see how it goes. Thomas, bottom of the pond. Victoria is a werewolf thing. What is her connection with the geese? He just likes her or something.
Well, he has the ability to control her.
The
Is it-
geese can control her,
Mind and
Somehow?
body. Yeah.
mind and
and
body. I guess that's 25 words. That's what I'm going with. That's another spell. I'm sending it just like that.
Sorry, Thomas Bottom of the Pond. Victoria is a werewolf.
I guess.
I guess. DeGeest can control her mind and body.
Mm-hmm.
How many words? I feel like did I miss any words or?
I've got 5, 9, or sorry, 11, 14, 17. I got 21. You got 4 more if you want.
Or more? Mind and body, or something like that.
No, don't say or something. Say where Valley Moon's Kiss.
Where Valley Moon is.
Um. All you get back from Hemlock is Thomas dead?
Uh, can I say some? I guess should I say something like, uh, Thomas we saw was a robot. Don't know if there is human Thomas alive. Anything else to add to that?
No, I think that's fair.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah. That sounds-
Hemlock seems surprisingly interested in Thomas, and whether he's dead or not as interested in whether he's a robot or not.
Mhm.
Ooh, you should say Robot Thomas dead, killed by Victoria.
Oh yeah, killed by Victoria, not by us. Super Victoria did it. Yeah, blame it on the kid.
Yeah, I want to be really clear about that.
Victoria killed Thomas as Victoria killed Thomas as a werewolf. He was a robot. Don't know if human Thomas exists. 16 words. Good.
Hemlock responds, I believe you. But the city will want proof that that's true. Don't return. You are in danger.
All right.
Well, you have that.
I think that's the extent of the messages that we like. I could send
Yeah.
2 more, but it's just killing spell slots for the sake of it.
No, yeah, we don't need to.
Yeah, that was a lot. He gets it. I like that we got a mayor on our side. It's good to have a friend in politics.
It's good to have a friend.
It's good to have a friend, you know.
True.
I mean, I got lots of friends because my new faith is kicking off. And my
Really
followers are
kickstarting.
spreading my message.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're doing great. I hope I never.
Oh,
hear
yeah.
from
Oh,
them,
yeah.
I'm sure they're doing great. I'm gonna toss Conan a tooth.
A tooth.
Tell him
yeah.
to stick it in his mouth and wait an hour. And
Wait an
it'll
hour?
go- yeah, just wait an hour. It'll make sense in a little bit.
You got it, boss. But my beak doesn't fit teeth. I'm a bird person.
I got some hammers. I could do some dentistry.
I've always wanted a tooth.
All right, I will engage in some light dentistry work using my light hammer
Great.
and a tooth.
Make a medicine check.
Okay. I'm gonna use guidance on myself because I'm awesome like that.
Ooh.
That's a 16.
You have no idea what you're doing.
No, not even a little bit.
But an Aarakocra's like mouth and sort of like teeth situation is beginner level dentistry. And you're able to find a spot towards the back where a human's molars would be, to easily insert the tooth without any real issues.
Okay.
And Conan, you can take the next hour to attune to it if you'd like.
Will do. I'm gonna go do some attuning.
All right. So that's done. Where to? Where are we headed? What's our plan?
These are great questions. Great questions that you're asking.
Aye.
I feel like we should have asked, should we keep Victoria? I burn a spell for that?
No.
What do we do?
What are we gonna do with her?
What do we do with Victoria? We
What?
gotta
I
kill
keep
her.
her?
Shit.
Right now, it just sounds like she's staying with us.
Oh, shit.
Alrighty.
So I like the idea of bouncing off to New Horizon. We know that like the other super smart science person that obviously had closer ties to David Letterman than any of us at this point. But you know, he seemed like a dude, kind of possibly at odds. We could yeah, we could head to the one that stood. We know that it plays a role in the back in the day story, but I don't know, boys. I got no real sense of what we should do.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to let's head towards New Horizon.
Pat, do you want to ask your
And,
god? Do you want to ask your god? Is there?
I could ask the taint what's up.
Yeah, just kind of
let's
see
do we
maybe.
wanna see what should do for divinations here. Single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. What if I mean this might be a silly way to use my divination, but should I just ask if the Geist will follow us if Victoria is on the ship?
I think that's a good
It just gives us information. It doesn't tell us where to go.
Yeah, it
But,
gives us some
but I
information.
feel
That's
like
true.
us deciding where to go maybe should just be up to us at this point. I
Yeah,
don't know that the taint cares.
Wherever you decide to go, as we know in the sort of the space of Wandis, the continent so far, it does take it is quite far away, and you will have several days to rest and
All right.
stuff like that if spells are an issue.
Okay, I'll cast divination to ask because I can. It's just about whether or not I get real answers within a certain amount of time. So I'll start off with just will the Geist or can the Geist follow us? Follow where Victoria is. Actually, that's a better question. Can the Geist follow where Victoria is?
Can De Geest follow where Victoria is?
Yeah.
As you
Sorry, go ahead.
as you toss your pubic hair up into the air, it falls parallel with each other in 3 straight organized lines.
That was a positive response sort of thing, right? I guess. I think we had decided.
Yes.
Reorganized lines. All right. Okay. So it sounds like the geese can follow us. We have exchanged a Tarask for a
really, really angry child of the
Sure.
deep.
very
Well, we
angry
just-
child of the deep.
We just leave her somewhere.
Well, do we want the geese to follow us though? Because kind of maybe, yeah.
But where are we supposed to take the geese?
The Valley of the Moon, which I think we know is in the Northern Desolation, or Hans Blanket, maybe? No, yeah, Hans Blanket, I think, right? But we just don't know where because it's a giant area.
I see. We go there.
The Hans Blanket?
Yeah, just to get this to geese thing.
Just guess.
Oh,
All right.
what's
I
in
mean,
the
we
New
could-
Horizon?
Well, we can there's a guy we want to talk to. If we're gonna head to Hans Blanket, we can stop at New Horizon along the way. Like we're gonna be faster than Big East, probably, right? Like he's not that good.
Probably.
Like probably, that's fine. Yeah, let's head to New Horizon because if we're gonna go to Hans Blanket anyways, it's on the way. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything at the one that stood for us. Like we might look around for clues, but I don't know if there's specifically stuff. So yeah, let's start heading to New Horizon. I think that's what we'll do.
As you, oh shoot, I got
How many days will it take us to get there?
It'll take you, quite, probably about a week.
Okay, so I don't need to worry about marking off spell slots if I'm doing my divinations unless you.
Correct. You are in good shape. But as you sorry, what is happening? The stream is all fucky. As you hand Calder the orders, you can hear your Bluetooth sort of crackle open as if a message is going to sort of hit you. Conan, this is a new experience for you. But in your mind, you hear this voice. Adventurers, I require your attendance at Cyprid Acre, please. Thank you. This is Dr. Aki. Sorry. Just making sure. I never know how these things work.
Sorry, I was just looking at the thing.
Why does that guy sound like a 108-year-old PowerPoint?
I mean, yeah. Great question.
Hold on. That's a note.
Yeah. I think you're good.
No, that's a fail as a note.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, hey, Dr. Aki just called. Do we want to? He wants us to go to a thing. Sorry, where's Silver Acre?
Cyprid Acre.
Cyprid Acre, sorry. Cyprid Acre. Is it on the map? Do we know where that is? We don't know where that is.
We don't know what it is.
And message back. Hey, Aki, what's a Cyprid Acre?
Gentlemen, Cyprid Acre is on Sturgeon Isle, please. Come. I need to speak with you.
I mean, we can talk right now. What do you need us to be there for? We're really far away, man.
Do you think I'm worried about the fact that maybe somebody could interfere with our communications? Or be eavesdropping, maybe even worse? The information I have for you is sensitive. I require you to come to Cyprid Acre.
Aki, do you think I would give out these tooths willy-nilly to just anyone at any time?
Was that a
Not
bird?
now, Conan.
Was that a
Not
bird?
now, Conan.
Was that a bird? Have you
No,
given
it was a comedian.
the priceless artifact imbued with incredible medical technology to a bird?
You have weird feelings about birds? Are you anti-bird?
No, I just think it's very funny after you asked me if you would hand it out to anybody that a bird cacaws into my brain, a bird that I'm sure I've never met. And so I just have questions. So
As I said,
what I
wouldn't
would
just hand it to just anybody.
what I would like to do is speak to you about the information I have in person. Please and thank you.
All right, let's reconvene. Look, you're cutting out a second. One second, Dr. Aki. Hey, do we want to go to Sturgeon Island? Sturgeon Isle?
I say we see what he's got to say. I say let's go see. He says he's got info. I love info. Let's see what's up.
I'm sorry for calling, fellas. I was just so
no,
nervous.
you're good. You're good. It was a good caca. I think that's what people are supposed to do in hidden situations is make bird calls, right?
No, I think it was appropriate. Absolutely.
I think it was absolutely the right move. I mean, I think we're just doing guesswork with New Horizon. Let's go to Sturgeon Island, I guess. Let's walk into this trap. This sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, this is a terrible idea. Let's do it.
We need a win. We're gonna just lose. I'm gonna do a divination on the way.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait a day though. Like we'll get going towards Sturgeon Island.
Sure.
I'll wait a day. Do a divination. So the divination will be is Sturgeon Island a trap for us?
Is Sturgeon Isle a trap for you?
Yeah.
As you throw your pubic hair up into the air, it comes down. Sorry, now I'm confused. I
So
believe.
as a note for divination, like I'm happy to do it as the pube throwing up in the air thing.
Sure. Yeah. Sorry.
Divination versus so there's the two spells. One is like augury, which is where
Oh, that's augury. Sorry, I'm getting them
and
confused.
divination is just like a truthful answer, but you can do it like
No.
any way you
We
want.
flavored.
Like if I'm like my god doesn't have to answer me with real words.
No, that's fine. I had the spells confused, and I apologize about that because augury and divination both act the
They sound the same and they're kind of the same.
They kind of do the same thing, but divination gets you a much more secure answer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It is not a trap.
I'm content then. I immediately just chill out.
Say your question again.
Is Sturgeon Island a trap for us?
No.
All right, it's not a trap. Then it's not a trap. Whatever.
Okay, great. Yeah.
It's not a trap. Let's go Sturgeon Island.
Ask God would never lead us astray.
My god doesn't think it's a trap. It's not a trap.
Not a trap.
I think Dr. Aki's a good guy, actually.
What's a Dr. Aki?
Dr. Aki's a good guy. You're our former confidant, David Letterman, was pretty close. Was pretty close with him. Seems to they had some suspicions, but they were kind of doing some research about why David Letterman was being followed by a giant monster constantly together. Yeah, Dr. Aki kind of helped me out. He created the tooth, sort of, after a fashion, and we think he might be there's a reasonably good chance that he is also an ancient necromancer lich thing, but like we're basing that on wordplay, That's why the bard was able to figure it out. Path figured it out because he's good with the words. I'm not so good with the words.
You have had some strange adventures.
This will be great material. So you set your course for Sturgeon Isle because you had not really traveled all that far in Wandis. You basically sort of circumvent the Great Arth and then head in as the crow flies. Basically, you take this sort of direction towards Sturgeon Isle. This travel will be about 3 weeks. So I'm not that you guys can do a whole lot on the boat, but I will offer up this time if there is something that you guys would like to focus on during that time, along with like the other checks that will have to be made. I don't know if anybody has like.
I want to very much send a message to the mayor asking if we should keep Victoria on our boat.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say that. Hey, we're heading away, but should we keep Victoria with us for now?
So any attempts you make to Hemlock beyond the second day are met with silence.
Uh-oh.
The city exploded. The city exploded.
Oh shit. Hemlock meant literally.
It meant literally. The city blew up.
City about to explode.
It was actually a ticking time bomb.
There is anybody else doing anything they feel they need to roll? Could be like researching something or.
Yeah, we don't really have much to research on our end though, eh?
Is there anything
I would say
that we can research?
I would say as a bardsman, I would probably kind of try and think through the various songs that I know, the history that I know. Having now encountered the term "Children of the Deep," I think I would probably just spend as much time as possible, kind of trying to figure out, piercing blue eyes. Can I match this description with any kind of tales of old that I know, kind of the thing like that I might not have noticed before.
Okay, we can get to that. I think I'm specifically thinking about Victoria during this time. Are you just letting her stay in the brig? And like
I would say, like, from my perspective, I don't know that I'm too, like, I've talked to her a couple times without really getting much information from her, kind of childishness and so on and so forth. So I don't know that I would have much.
Does she seem like she's back to normal now, right?
Yeah.
She just seems like a scared child.
Definitely, yeah.
I feel like we could just put her under Calder's care. Calder seems like someone who likes kids. I don't think we need to keep her tied up in a brig. That seems bad. I know she can turn into a werewolf anytime. But, we took her down before. It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah. I'm not that worried about Victoria's well-being, if I'm honest, guys. I'm very worried about the turning into a werewolf part.
And there it is.
Yeah. That is an issue.
So for me, that's the biggest part of the thing, rather than whether she's comfortable as a little girl. Just give her an iPad.
We don't
That's
own
what-
those.
It's fair.
Oh shit.
I spend all my money on beer.
Yeah, I hear that.
Not up to date on the latest newfangled gizmos.
Yeah, so from my perspective,
I had to knock a man's teeth out to get my phone.
So true.
Back in my day. Yeah, so okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk to Victoria. I'm not gonna hang out with her.
Okay. Path is not speaking
Are
with
you
her.
okay if we let her out of the brig, though?
I think as a crew, I would take a vote on it. I don't want to be a captain that just says what he wants and nothing else. So if we want to vote on it, my vote is that she stays. She can be untied, but she stays in the brig.
Yeah, she's a werewolf.
Yeah, that's
I
2 to 1.
agree.
She stays in the brig.
All right. Well, that's 2 to 1. Let's do it. Untied though. I don't think she needs
Untied,
to be tied up.
untied.
And I'm gonna be like, hey Calder, why don't you like go down and read her stories and like
Definitely.
when you're not steering the ship. If you want me to
Yeah.
steer the ship by times, I can steer the ship and take us in good directions and always make great choices.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So that seems to be the arrangement. The travel sets out. Every so often, Tinkerballs, I'm going to get you to make a roll because Calder does ask you to sort of take over the wheel while he goes downstairs, and the weather is relatively fine as you make your way back onto the sail.
What kind of role are you gonna ask me to make?
That is a really good question. This is the part where I missed like 30 or 3.5 because there was always a roll that could be done. I felt like
survival or perception.
yeah, neither of those would be what I'm looking for.
Medicine or insight, persuasion, acrobatics. These are all roles. Yeah. Animal handling.
So I'm gonna actually make you do an intelligence sleight of hand.
You choose the things that you choose. Doesn't. So an intelligence sleight of hand. So you're making my sleight of hand worse. You're like, no. I'll take the thing that he's not good at and make it even worse. All right. So I will give myself advantage on this by giving myself a little spell called Enhance Ability.
How do you even roll an intelligence sleight of hand?
Yes.
I'm gonna guess it's just sleight of hand using my intelligence modifier, which
Instead
is 0.
of your dex modifier.
Instead of my dex, which is 1.
Oh, okay.
So it's great. He's chosen the best of all worlds. Love my DM pieces.
I didn't detect any sarcasm in that whatsoever. That's great.
I would never.
You gave yourself advantage?
I did give myself advantage.
Yep. So one of the early times that you've been asked to steer the ship, you do so without any issue. So it builds confidence with Calder that you are a man to be trusted with this.
One day you're gonna have to give me some modifier for how good I've been steering the ship when I have to do it.
You're right. One day. Calder, during the course of your travels, Calder seems to be developing a relationship with Victoria that is appropriate before we go down
I knew it. It's a father-daughter.
I
knew it. So wholesome.
So wholesome. Whereas like when Calder isn't down there, and Victoria is like left to her own devices for lengthy amounts of time, she wails and screams. And thankfully you're so high up in the air that nobody would be able to hear you anyways, but she has her shrill can penetrate the various levels and barriers that the silver bullet does provide. But she typically is making a ruckus at least once a day. But those moments where she is able to speak with Calder, it does seem to sort of calm things down, and she does become more reasonable. And Calder sort of reports that like she's just scared, the normal, sort of the expected um, emotions of somebody who has been kidnapped, basically. But Calder does have a very sort of approachability about him, and that seems to soothe Victoria's fears.
Can I by times also hang out with Victoria and cast God, what's the spell? Spiritual weapon, and have Zach Hyman come out to read his children's stories. He writes really great children's stories.
Yeah,
He really does.
and you know what? I'm actually going to need you to make a performance check on that.
Okay. Can I give myself guidance?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
So, your first attempt, you go downstairs and you, it's sort of in response to one of Victoria's more difficult moments on the ship. You go down to try and quell the screaming and yelling that's going on with this small child. You believe that having Zach Hyman, a Toronto Maple Leaf hockey player, a reference
children's author,
and children's author,
yeah.
both references that no one in Wandis would ever sort of understand, seems to be your best course of action. Of course, Zach Hyman can't speak, as he is just the spirit of a weapon and possesses no sort of ability to communicate. But thankfully, you do have thaumaturgy to ventriloquist a short story reading by Zach Hyman. Victoria is of the age where she is still entertained by childish things, but she is on the verge of teenagehood. And this Zach Hyman attempt is uncomfortable for everyone involved. You're not an exceptional ventriloquist. You are average, so it wasn't a colossal failure. But it is one of those moments where you recognize, this isn't where I thought I would be in my life at this age.
No.
And almost at the exact same time, Victoria has the same thought. So you get a moment's reprieve with it. She is weirded out and decides screaming is probably not something that she wants to do, because she is worried that you are going to stick around. And it seems to have done the trick in that regard, as her wailing becomes less frequent. But of course, Calder kind of shoots you some weird looks as the days go by.
I take the wrong lesson from it in that I think that Calder is jealous that I'm becoming a better parental figure.
Yes, you do. You absolutely take the wrong lessons from it. And we'll leave it at that. I need you to make another intelligence sleight of hand.
Nonsense. Just making up rolls.
That looks like... Whoa.
That's a nat 20, baby.
That is a nat 20. Nicely done. Why do you get advantage on it?
I'm casting a spell on myself. Every time
Oh,
I
okay.
take the wheel,
Gotcha.
for enhanced ability.
This is an Eagle's Splendor, right?
No, this one, because I can cast it for any of the different ability scores.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So, let's see, what's the intelligence one called? Spell. Second level, third level spell. I can just look this up. I don't know why I'm doing it the dumb way. It is Fox's Cunning.
Fox's Cunning?
Yeah.
Cool. So as you are flying the ship in one moment, and sorry, where are Conan and where are Path during this particular moment? So it's middle of the day. It's sunny out. It's actually quite a nice day. I just need to know where you guys are.
I'd probably be on top deck, but definitely holding on to something firmly.
Great call. Yeah.
So probably near the edge, like maybe, but like holding on to the railing,
Sure.
looking out into the sky. Probably towards the front of the ship. Keeping an eye out. Holding on to something.
Okay. So
I assume you always hold on to things even when others flying too.
And then Conan, you're fine no matter the situation because the air is your home. But at this point, you are. What's happening? Oh, never mind. I got it. So you're actually on the map. You are a central landmass of Aku Bottom.
Absolutely.
And Tinkerballs, as you're flying the ship, you sort of see ahead of the ship some sort of like weird disruption, which doesn't really extend much lower than where you're flying at, but it does look like that it's like directly in front of you. So with some smooth navigating, you actually sort of drop the ship below this interference, and there's really no issue with the ship at all. You guys can do a check on that if you want, but you have averted danger.
Can I take an investigation on it?
Sure. Nature would work here. History would work here. Investigation, it would provide more like, I can provide physical qualities about it that are available. That could help in a... Sure, yeah.
17 on history.
And then... Conan, are you making a roll, or am I just moving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. Am I doing history as well, or?
You can do history. You can do nature. You can do whatever you think is best.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a nature to see if I know of it from. Yeah, I do nature.
Okay. Okay. And then Tinkerballs, you can do one as well, if you'd like. Not great, but you're a better flyer than you are historian, and that's okay.
I'm actually equally, but I just roll better.
Well, I would say you're prioritizing the right way. Conan, you don't really quite know what it is. You know that you have seen it before, but you're you've never really like decided to sort of investigate it any further, and that's probably a good thing. Um, Path, you recognize this to be something called a bellowing, which is sort of like a concentration of magical energies that does occur in the realm. There's no whoa, I gotta turn down this music because it is hot to try.
Blistering.
Yeah. So it's called a bellowing. It is a concentration of magical energies. It happens fairly frequently in the realm, but it is not something that has you overly concerned. But
Gotcha.
if one were to go through it, they would be faced with sort of like a real emergency. The magical energies that are there can interact with normal elements in unfortunate and devastating ways.
Is it something to do with the like concentration camp of Bottom?
Mm.
Ooh.
Or is it like just a more like is it a natural phenomenon, or is it like an actual like the Karma prison?
They do occur naturally. And a 17, that's as far as I'll let it go.
Can we see anything in Akubottom as we're passing over?
Yeah, make a perception check. Because you by avoiding the bellowing, you've actually lowered yourself to an altitude that you would be able to do that. So
Not great. 12. No, that's yours. I got it.
That's me.
Worse. We're doing perception checks, Conan.
Perceive, baby.
Jesus.
Okay.
So Tinkerballs and Path, both of you see structures that are being built currently on the ground. You're not quite sure who's building them or what they appear to be. Conan, you are able to perceive what's happening at ground level much better, and you can see there's two distinct groups of people on the ground.
Okay.
One appears to be soldiers who are what you think are harassing the workers who are building the structures. Your basic sort of understanding of what you're seeing, these seem to be military structures by nature. So you're not sure if they're battlements or exactly what they are, but you do know that the military is building them, and it appears that the military is using some group of people to build them.
I see. Okay.
Mm.
I relayed this message to my comrades. Is this the concentration camps you guys were talking about before?
Yeah, we've heard word about kind of orc
That's the,
prison
the
camps.
The orc prison camp, right?
Yeah.
I see.
Is gosh, I forgot her name off at the top of my head. Island, is she associated with Akubottom in some way?
I don't think so.
We-
I think Island was
We figured
more.
something out about her, and I just don't remember what. Because in real time, it's been a while.
Yeah.
And I haven't reviewed all of my notes properly.
No, Island was last. We went to the Nux with Fergus because that was the last place that Fergus saw Island. Island was fighting the Tarrasque on the like the upper ledges in the Nux.
Yeah,
and then
I thought we found something out about Island like when we were in Southport.
I don't think so. Oh, actually, yes, because we asked where do we start to find Island, and then the response was the head of the crown sleeps.
Yeah.
And then we later heard that the head of the crown sleeps in Southport.
Yeah.
But nothing about Akabottom.
Man, Southport was a fucking failure. There was so much stuff there.
There was a lot going on, no doubt about
There was
it.
a lot going on. We were terrible. We were,
You're alive though. That's sometimes.
we're alive. You know what? We are alive. You know who's gonna fail their way to the top? These guys.
I mean, not everyone who went to Southport left Southport alive.
That's
Great point, Conan.
That's true.
It's really true.
Southport. Some people died. Okay. I think that's all about Akabottom right now because we're just
Yeah.
passing over. I don't think we need to tarry.
We continue on.
Okay. Why don't you give me another check there, Tinkerballs?
Taunting me.
This will be your last one.
Maybe disaster. Ooh, it's not. It's
Oh
another
my
nat 20,
God.
baby. We're just winning.
Just
Wow.
You tried to take away all my powers, and I keep nat 20 in the most Donatello way possible.
Well, there's a lot that you're responsible for as the driver of
Ship's
the ship.
That's right. The helmsman.
The helmsman. I mean, if you had crashed, you would have been responsible for the death of your entire crew and the child that you had kidnapped. So obviously reputations are very important here, and we wouldn't want Tinkerballs to be known as child kidnapper / murderer.
I
Quite,
mean, it would be
quite.
manslaughter, please.
Child
slaughter.
a
but
child slaughterer.
Yeah, please get yeah.
tween
Title me
slaughter.
Yeah, second degree.
Manslaughter doesn't have degrees. It's just
What?
no, it's just
Fucking
manslaughter.
nerd.
That second degree murder is okay.
No, secondary murder is different from manslaughter.
It's like a second degree is like crime of passion, right? Manslaughter is I've lost control.
No, crime of passion is kind of similar to manslaughter, but there is second degree murder, different from crime of passion. But there is like it's not pre-planned.
Yeah, I think manslaughter is more kind of accidental.
It can be on purpose, but
Oh, okay.
not
Okay.
intending to kill them exactly.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Yes, you wanted to hurt them.
Yeah.
Not. Well, yeah.
Sorry,
There's
no,
a lot of-
I'm
honestly,
arguing.
there's a lot
I'm
of different
Women's
degrees.
slaughter.
I'm
child
arguing this point because I have a criminology degree, and what you're saying.
Actually,
Yeah, we're gonna pause the D&D for a second.
When he says criminology degree, he means he Googled manslaughter just now.
no. He does actually.
That's not
have
wrong,
a
but that's
criminology
not a crime in itself.
That's right.
Secondary degree murder is defined in the criminal code as all murder that is not first degree murder. So I think we can all agree that first degree murder is a
Great
plan.
definition.
You have a plan to commit murder, and you go ahead and you commit that murder. You have a mens rea, you have an actus reus.
Sure.
Okay.
That sounds right.
Second
I've got a
degree.
Mitsubishi, but
Got a Mitsubishi. In the case of second degree murder, there will still be death. So someone dies. There is an intent to cause death or intent to cause bodily harm, knowing that it would likely result in death. So for me, It is similar in the fact that it's similar to manslaughter in that somebody dies, but there's more intention to it than manslaughter, which is like crime of passion to me, and manslaughter is I crashed my vehicle and my passenger died, or the person that I crashed into.
So here's the thing, Halal. I don't disagree with you about most of what you've just said. I just think that you will find that crime of passion is classified as manslaughter.
If you have a good defense attorney.
Typically, and I think that's where, like, you know, when charges get changed between second-degree murder and manslaughter, that's where kind of like that line is drawn. But crime of passion, I believe, is technically manslaughter.
See, if you're arguing like the nuance of manslaughter,
the specific term crime of passion, I believe, falls under the manslaughter definition. I could be wrong, and I will. I don't want to. I
well, now
want to
you,
acknowledge that everything you're saying is absolutely correct. I just think, because I was also recently Googling crime of passion, I'm pretty sure it falls under manslaughter.
I love this because it goes back to reputation. As we are an online program, we need to ensure that look at that, he's getting dinner served to him.
My God.
Ask your sister what a crime of passion is. Is it manslaughter or second degree?
You know this is a leading
Megan
question.
thinks it's manslaughter,
But I could be wrong. I don't know.
but once again, none of us are legal experts.
Well, that's because you guys live in a fucking echo chamber. I'm crime of passion, Canada. Provocation, questions of fact, during murder reduced to culpable homicide that otherwise would be murder may be reduced to manslaughter if the person who committed it did so in the heat of passion caused by sudden provocation. Oh, wow, Pat. You're right.
Just everything you were saying was correct. It's just that the law is stupid.
There you have it.
And legally, the word crime of passion is a form of manslaughter, sort of, as long as you're able to argue it down.
Sorry.
I was watching a Korean drama recently where definitions of manslaughter were confusing, and so I got really into it.
Fair.
I got into the research. I spent honestly an hour Googling definitions of manslaughter.
That's awesome. So then what is second degree murder?
It as you you know, as you were talking about with the mens rea, like, it just kind of depends on the. It's not a fine line between manslaughter and second degree murder. It's just how it's argued whether or not there was intention to.
Oh, they're this. Yes.
Yeah.
They're the same.
So it's all about intention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's super annoying because it's like, did you murder or kill the person?
Mm-hmm. So the drama, what was happening in the drama was the prosecutor charged someone with murder, and the defense attorney was like, well, we're gonna get it off, like we're gonna be able to get you out of this because they're gonna have a much more difficult time proving that you specifically intended to murder them rather than killing them. So we're not going to argue that you didn't kill them. We're going to argue that it was manslaughter, and you won't get charged because you're being charged with murder, and so you'll just get nothing. Which I don't know if that's how the law works, but
we're like entering double jeopardy territory there, I feel.
That was a great movie.
Great movie.
Ashley Judd, so hot in that movie.
Yeah.
She is like,
She has the Judds.
She is like so fit in that entire film. Unreal. just I watched it recently. I was like, yeah,
Absolutely, yeah, of course.
I'm into that. Okay, so back.
Do we
to-
want to take like 2 minutes? I just want to grab a beer and go to the bathroom.
Yeah, actually, that's fine. Let's take after our murder tangent.
Our murder rant.
Yeah,
That's not
Yeah, just
nice.
before we get into the next thing, just because
Yeah,
sounds like a plan.
To break for a second.
yeah. Let's take 5.
All right, cool.
that was fun. I enjoyed that.
That was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Um, yeah, as soon as you said you had a criminology degree, I was like, oh yeah, he does have that.
It's good to brush up on it, though.
Mm-hmm.
I barely used my criminology degree. I'll be honest. Oh my gosh.
Would you say you're more of a second degree man than a first degree man?
Yeah, like first degree just seems so like there's like an evilness to it, you know, right? Whereas like second degree, and I know I'm online right now, so I won't say what I'm about to say. But second degree, just like that one makes more sense to me than sort of like setting out and planning someone's demise.
I'm really glad you went in that direction. I was meaning your education.
Whoops. Sorry, how did you mean it in my education? Am I a first degree or a second degree? That is just such a good joke, actually. I get it now.
It was really good. Big JKs.
Big JKs.
Big JK.
Everybody's good. I can
Yeah.
continue. Okay, so what we you see the 3 weeks after your first departure, you see the silhouette in the distance of Sturgeon Isle, and in the morning of your arrival, you as you get closer, you can start making out the large fortress that is known as Cyprit Acre. And like you did the first time upon visiting the Isle, you find yourself landing and docking in the harbor to the northwest of the island, where you are greeted by several of the bots that populate the island as they're running to and fro, doing their chores and activities that need to be done, that maintains the island, and you set out towards the path that takes you back to Cyprit Acre.
I call out to one of the robots. Hey, Jeffrey. How you doing today?
He gives you a little beep boop and carries on his way.
I beep boop him back.
Quite nice. Yeah, so you make it into the main city, or the main fortress, and you head towards the main clock tower, or the central clock tower, which is where Dr. Aki resides. Before we go up there, I've brought you in here, so like, let me know if I've maybe taken it a step too far. Like, is there something else? Do you guys want to do something else rather than go meet Dr. Aki, or?
No, we're here. I mean, what else would we do?
Sure.
Yeah, no, I think. Yeah.
I beep booped.
Tonan thinks it reminds him of.
Make sure Victoria is well looked after by Calder. He keeps a very close eye on any goings on, and tell him to report to us if anything suspicious happens.
Sure.
And to keep an itchy trigger finger on taking off with the ship.
Okay. All right, so you guys head into the main clock tower.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you make your way up, you find yourself in the upper tier of the building, using his sort of automatronic lift that gets you up the building, and you enter into the vast meeting room that you've been many times before. And you see Dr. Aki sitting at a table with a large armored guard standing probably about 3 to 4 feet behind him. At his
recognize this guard?
You absolutely can make an attempt.
I wave at the guard and I say, "Hey, Jeffrey."
You get no response.
What's the roll? Sorry for. Is it insight to see what this? See if we recognize.
Insight, I've always interpreted as like somebody's actions or like the meaning of something. So I would say that if you're gonna do insight, I need you to pick out something in particular. So it might be a perception first and then an insight.
Okay.
15.
20.
Conan has no idea who this is and doesn't care.
Yeah. So while both of you do recognize like a lot of the details of this individual, in terms of his armor and like, the weapons on his person, you don't really, that you perceive quite a bit about him.
Do we perceive a sword that looks like a fire sword that we're familiar with?
Tinkerballs, I'll say that there's something about the sword that has your attention. Patho, well, you didn't get that far. So Tinkerballs, if you'd like to do an insight, you could.
Yeah.
Seems like a warrior sword. There's some familiar things about it, but you don't toss it up to more than just a sword is a sword, and this is a finely crafted one, and you've been around your fair share of finely crafted swords before.
I'll give a quizzical look and scratch my butt.
Sure. Consider it scratched. Dr. Aki motions to you to have a seat around the table. As the light from outside is sort of casting in, the room is fully lit up with some candles mounted on the wall. You find that the room you're in is in exactly the condition that it was when you left all those months ago. And nothing really has changed about Dr. Aki except for this new individual that seems to be guarding his back now.
I sit.
Yes, perfect. How have you all been?
Dr. Etke, it's been quite an adventurous time for ourselves. But pray tell, with all of our adventuring and our long journey, let us make haste to find the reason you brought us here today. What do you have to share?
Well, before we begin, I do want to offer my deep condolences to yourself and Tinkerballs and the rest of the crew for the loss of David Letterman. I had the great pleasure of speaking with David several times, and I truly considered him a young, bright mind here in Wonders, and I know that comedy was his one true love, and I just hope that he always gets the biggest laughs wherever he is now. It's quite a loss that we've all endured. And so I just wanted to make sure that you know, from me to you and the crew of the Silver Bullet, I'm thinking of all of you now.
Thank you.
Hey, fella, you knew David Letterman? Let's be pals. I'm Conan O'Brien,
Yes,
the Birdbarian.
the Birdbarian. What a clever little wordplay that is. Conan, I would truly adore the opportunity to get to know you as a person, but I have called you here for other reasons, unfortunately. And with that, I don't think I should dally anymore. I would,
You know, I was saying the same thing when we were flying, that we shouldn't dally. That's crazy. We're like minds, you and me. We're the same. You and me have the same.
Yes, I would argue, as you are not wearing pants again, and I put clothes on every day, and so
Yeah, you know, it's a state of mind, right?
Some dilly, some dally.
some willy, some wally. Anyways, I think that it's important that we make sure that this room is safe from prying eyes. So I am going to just ensure that there are no listeners that shouldn't be here. And so I'm just going to press this button right here, and he presses a button on the table.
Seems fine.
I mean, I already know that it's not a trap, so I'm not going to insight check this at all.
It
We
would,
know that the island isn't a trap.
Yeah.
clicks the button. Nothing immediate seems to happen. I don't know if you guys want to do any checks.
I'll do a tech check.
Oh, pardon me.
A tech check. I want to check the tech.
How do you propose that you tech check?
I don't know what checks I can do. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have I have a 21 in passive investigation, so I'm just gonna kind of keep eyes open to the room for any changes kind of in the room, pressure in the air, light, and dimming. You know, that fucking sword boy.
So your 20 does sort
21.
of 21. Sorry, your 21 does sort of connect with you, that you hear a click, and then some sort of difference in air pressure at the moment. But other than that, you're not really sure where it's coming from. But you do notice the changes in the room.
Okay.
Any chance we hear a difference between because they had the pounding thing that kept the Trask at bay or something like that.
Yes.
You're right. Any chance we hear a change in that?
Not from up here. He's like, if you have any spells that you would like to offer, you please feel free to
Trust you.
cast.
Feel like you got good spells. Check, your spell check, your magic metal
All right.
things that.
If we're all comfortable, then I will bring you this
I'll cast thaumaturgy, and if there's any unlocked windows, they'll slam shut.
Sure. Or vice versa.
Or vice versa. Let's just see if he fucked up. Yeah. Are there any windows that slam open?
There are none.
I do a little nose tap. You're good. You're good.
You're good. You're good. He says, "Oh, thank you. Yes. So, I have been doing some investigating of my own, and some research about current affairs in the province, and I have found something that has me very concerned about the well-being of Wandus. Are any of you aware of the name of Polton Huxtable?
Oh yeah.
Path,
Well,
would you care to explain?
Just give me a moment here.
I have one note.
I haven't written down like 3 times, but it's all the exact same thing.
I just have Fallen Starcourt New Horizons.
Dr. Aki, Huxtable, was it?
Yes.
A competitor of yours, would you say?
Academically, yes, absolutely. We are both specialize in artificing. and I do consider him an equal in many regards, but especially that he is quite capable of concocting new inventions and devices. But unfortunately, I do believe his current intentions put the whole nation at risk.
Where is he located these days?
So we'll get to that. Are any of you aware of the Ferris Veer project?
You want to spell that for me, Doctor?
Sure. FERRUS. Ferris. Not Ferris wheel.
A what?
Never mind. And then Veer is VIR.
Never heard of it.
So Pulton is responsible for this project, which is being attended to at the Fallen Star, which I know you've heard of. Unfortunately, my information tells me that the Ferris Veer project was meant to be something that is to protect the cities in Wandis, but we find, or my sources, the information that I've gathered, it seems to be a sham, in that Pulton has Machiavellian plans for never mind, plans for the cities in Wandis. Specifically, I have some evidence that he was responsible for the death of Alcide. The whistle.
That would be quite something. Are you prepared to share that evidence with us here today?
To share that evidence would be to reveal my sources. What I do require is for you to travel to the Fallen Star and find evidence of his wrongdoings.
Would love to insight check right now.
Sure.
Love it.
Go right ahead.
I don't want to find anything bad, though. 14.
I'm not sure it gives you any information that you were looking for. He seems to be concerned with the affairs of he seems to be concerned with what
I bet he is. I bet he's
Pulton is
very
doing.
concerned. Yeah, I imagine that he's very concerned.
Dr. Atke, we don't doubt what you say, but your ask is considerable. That we head to another artificer who you yourself say could be considered a competitor of yours, attempt subterfuge. We'll need more than just these words, though we don't doubt them, to spur us.
He seems annoyed. He says, all I've done for you is assist and help. And if I've caused you any reason to not trust me, let me know. But I believe this is a fair ask of two groups that have worked successfully together in the past.
Then direct us further in where and how we might obtain, to you best of your knowledge, some of this evidence that corroborates your own. And will be, and that will be enough.
He says, if I had that evidence with me, I would surely provide it to you. But what I can tell you is that we need to confirm what this project is about. And I don't know how to do that without alerting Polton. And I think if we're to get any headway on this issue, you should speak to Morden Trank. And if only David Letterman was here, I know that would be a conversation he would be very eager to have. But Morden can provide us information about Polton's experiments so far and how and what the Ferrisvere project is actually about.
Hey, is something changed recently? Because I feel like you weren't as worried about communications being spied on before, and there seems to be a big suspicion that someone is spying on you now. Is there something going on?
Well, since our last meeting, I've had word that 2 cities have fallen due to the Great Tarrasque. I've gotten word that there is a conspiracy to take out the heads of the other cities. So, if what has changed is the peace and prosperity that Wanda's has experienced over the last years, is no longer available. We are coming to an intersection of power.
You've got good connections. Seem to know what's going on. We didn't tell you that David had died, so you've obviously got some connections in Southport. Do you know what's going on down there?
Southport appears to be an open revolt.
You said that there's a conspiracy to take out the heads of cities. Have they taken out the mayor there?
I have not heard from the mayor. I have not heard about his well-being. What I do know, though, is that Southport has open divisions between the human and non-human populations. A remnant of the attacks by de Geest have divided the town deeply, and the disappearance of a industry pioneer in Thomas Vandekamp has unbalanced the equilibrium of the city, and now it is in violent revolt against one another.
Did you know Thomas Vandekamp, Dr. Aki?
We had crossed paths sometimes.
He was an interesting fellow.
A deplorable brute.
Heavy too.
Absolutely deplorable.
Heavy too.
Very heavy-handed in how he dealt with things.
We I would see Thomas. We're part of the same club, I guess you could call it. But we go to events once a month or so, and it's kind of just like a networking thing. But sometimes things can get a little rowdy.
What's your club called?
I'm sworn to secrecy on that.
Did
That's
you have an event planned recently?
I think I'd have to look at the calendar. I think one was coming up though.
Sex cult. It's more of a sex cult.
Too bad about David. Too bad about David.
It's so sad about
Too
David.
bad about
Very.
David.
Oh my gosh. Yes. It's so sad about David. Truly just a tremendous loss.
Oh, Lord. All right. So, what do you want us to do in New Horizon? Like, how do you like if you're looking to find out about this? What do you
My
want us to
understanding
do?
is
Our
that
usual, just waltz in and.
we're gonna go talk to Morden Trask, who was a mentor to David Letterman. Even though they were hostile, we're gonna see why Dr. Atke thinks Huxtable's first name isn't Paulson.
That Tulsa with a T.
Sorry, is it did I say Poulsen or Polton?
You keep saying Polton now.
Do I?
His name's Paulson.
I have it with a T. It's not Tulson.
And it's I don't know. It's Paulson.
Are you sure?
Very, very sure.
Well,
As you said, I know him.
I definitely have it written down as Polton.
These guys haven't
You
talked
would
in a
know.
while.
You
huh?
know what? Honestly, Dr. Aki, you would know. I'll write it down differently from now on.
I mean, Polton and I have a professional relationship with each other, and I swear it's not a slight that I'm mispronouncing his name. It really is not that. Polton. I would say it to his face if he were here right now. If I could even stand to look at him, if he is actually doing what he's accused of, which is where I need you guys to figure out what exactly he's doing in the Fallen Star.
I love Dr. Aki.
Again, Dr. Aki.
How short is Dr. Aki, by the way? How tiny is he? Because he's a gnome,
How
right?
short is he?
No,
He's a gnome. Isn't he? You told me he was a gnome.
oh my gosh,
Just
am I
absolutely tiny?
getting my wires crossed here? My characters.
I thought he was a gnome.
In my head, he's like super tall.
Oh.
But let me.
Because he talks tall.
He
But in my
definitely.
head, it's like
He's
2.5
like
feet
he's
tall.
He
average.
talks like his guard is tall.
I thought he was 2.5 feet tall.
He is not 2.5. That is another person in the campaign.
Okay.
That might be a Hang on. Let me where is he? That might be an Ulrich von Ipsteig.
Maybe, yeah. All right, I will write down in my notes. Not short.
Great. You'll definitely not be confused by that at a later date.
Never. I would never be confused by my note taking. It's really good.
Yeah. Dr. Aki says, so I need a purpose is to ensure that Polton, if he is up to this madness, I need evidence to bring forth to the university to ensure that he is removed from the Ferris Via project.
Dr. Aki, I think I speak for all of us when I say that, the accusations you're leveling are very serious, and we're intent on bringing the truth to light.
Love
That said, two things for us to note. Again, knowing that you have some evidence already that you're unable to share with us leaves us somewhat in the dark to your request. And so I'll just let you consider that. The other is, as you may know, we are pursued by a variety of individuals in a variety of means. And so if you have any items or otherwise ways in which you can support us as we travel to visit Morden and Huxley, as I call them, that would be of great benefit to us.
Do I? Let me see. Is there something that I could give you that would assist you in your investigation?
It's not that we don't want to help you. It's that, we are also assisting you as professionals in a professional manner. And so there just has to be a transaction of sorts, just by the nature of what we do. It's not a rule, it's just the rule of how these things have to go.
I was just thinking improve our chance for success rather than so transactional and thinking, but Pantsless Boy has a point.
No, and once again, he made the comment earlier about being one and the same, and I feel like that's the furthest thing away from the truth, because the way Tinkerbell speaks sometimes, I'm like, what are you talking about? And he just keeps going and going, and then talking about transactions as professionals. I mean, if we were businessmen, yes, but we're not. We're politicians. We're shapers.
We're businessmen?
We're
I'm a
shapers.
businessman.
What in God's name is your business?
I'm a brewer. I brew beer. I'm starting a brewery. I'm a businessman.
How many
Don't
sales?
forget yours.
What cities are you in?
I mean, like we have to. We're working on the startup. We're
But you
What
got
do they call
pilgrims.
what do
You
they
got
call
little
them?
followers.
Eggshells or incubator. We're an incubator.
Eggshells.
We're a brewing incubator. We're currently we've been scouting locations. We've been testing different products to see what the competitors have to offer. We're
Lining
looking
up
at different
entertainment.
marketplaces. We're doing a lot of legwork right now.
So you're
You can't just start a brewery. You got to do the legwork first.
you are a businessman in the same
Yes.
way that I am almost dead. You're very close, but you're not there yet.
Wait, how close are you to dead?
I'm look at me. I fucking look like I'm 100 years old.
He's
Honestly,
more machine than man now.
I might not really have the best eyes. I thought you were tiny.
I'm tall. I think I'm taller than you.
Well, now I know that, but for a while I thought you, like in my mind, before I like when I think about you, when we're not in front of each other, I think that you're very tiny.
I don't know whether to be confused or slighted by that.
You and I are the same. We're the one and the same.
I'm definitely slighted by that.
Yeah, that one you should be slighted
Yes,
by.
that one is an easy slight to take. You require medical attention around the clock. Like if I were to take you
You
and
also seem. It sounds like you're close to dead and also require medical.
that was an
attention around the clock.
acknowledgement of my advanced age.
One and the same. One and the same.
Amazing. I think you should all leave before I hate this. My goodness. Please take please take this lantern and leave.
I take the lantern and I leave.
as I'm leaving, I say, if you're able to do anything about the fact that Path over there is wanted for some reason, that could be part of the transaction to this business and one businessman to another, and then I leave.
You see him just like
As I leave,
he visibly is just like rolling his eyes in front of you, just like, boy, oh boy, this is.
as I leave,
I miss David.
I give a caca, and
And scene. All right, the lift takes you down to the ground floor. And what do you guys do next? Oh, excuse me.
I'm going to inspect the lantern and see if I can figure out if it's a fancy lantern.
Sure. So the lantern seems to be high quality, made from sort of a light gold metal. There's like an orb or container in the middle of it that seems to be sort of like an aqua blue, or like a teal, I guess would be more appropriate. Are aqua blue and teal close in color?
Yeah, they're pretty close.
Yeah, I think
I'm colorblind. I don't know what those colors are.
they're real nice. Of the blues, they're like top 5 for sure. Yeah, so it's like
So happy for you.
it's like a combination of the two. So it's teal, it's aqua blue. It's kind of got those darker tones in some places, those lighter tones in other. There seems to be some sort of like energy swirling in the middle of it. But it does appear to be of high quality.
Cool.
And so you can
I
add.
cast detect evil and good on them?
Sure.
Place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. So I don't know that at all. I just want to know if it's been desecrated.
You detect evil.
I just point at it and be like, yo, that thing's evil. All right, sorry. What is? I don't know what anything about it. You said you were about to say what we can add to our inventory.
Yes. You can add path. You can add the ghost lantern into your.
Okay. Manage equipment. Add items.
We don't know anyone who can cast identify on things, do we?
I don't think I see it. Or at least when I search lantern, ghost lantern does not come up.
Wish Schwindebald was around. He'd be able to identify this thing.
oh, I can cast identify.
Oh, can you?
Yeah,
Two bards have that? I didn't know that.
it's a first level divination.
Yeah, bards don't have it, but Conan has it.
Oh. I thought Conan was a bard.
I am a bard. I'm a bird barbarian.
Bird bard barbarian.
Bard.
Barbarian.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't see it.
You can't see it.
No, if I type lantern into the filter for add items under equipment, I get 4 options. But ghost lantern is not one of them.
Are you? Oh, I know what's happening.
Oh,
Hang on. Yeah, you see the bullseye and the hooded.
Yeah, and then also the two wondrous,
Yeah.
the ever bright, and the other one.
Okay, I'm gonna add it straight to your inventory.
Cool.
View campaigns. Sorry. So let me. Oh, I can't find it. Where would it be?
Very strange.
That is super strange, because I can find it in. Okay, I will add that later. Jay, I'm not sure why I can't get that going,
No worries.
but I'll take a photo of it right now, and I'll post it in the chat.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know if you mentioned this while I was gone, but yeah, Conan, if you want to cast Identify on it before we make any attempts to move it or use it, that would be amazing. So that
Alrighty.
we know what it does and don't kill ourselves with an evil object.
Okay. I will cast it.
Okay, so you have the new item. What would you like to do next?
I think we'll just rock off to the boat, eh, boys?
Mm-hmm. And oh, that's not it.
Should maybe Conan hold on to this? Because you and me can see in the dark.
Yeah, it's a great idea. I give the lantern to Conan.
Wait, Conan can't see in the dark.
That's why you get the
Conan cannot
lantern.
see in the dark. That's why we're giving you a lantern, my dude.
Yeah. Sweet. I will take it.
So you return to the boat.
Yeah.
You return to the boat. Okay, gentlemen, I've got to be honest with you. You managed to avoid all my landmines tonight.
Is it because I rolled 2 nat 20s?
That was certainly one of them. Yeah. And then I was expecting things to go a little bit differently here, but that doesn't mean that the work was all for naught. It just means that we have a direction now. So, I will give you, each of you,
Give it to me.
we'll do 2,000 experience for it all.
Oh, damn.
Because there was some really good, just, I wouldn't even say that it was like, it was sort of like insane plays that resulted in like good rolls. It was just like sound logic today that you guys sort of like worked through everything. So
We just wander into nonsense.
you guys were really using your brains, and it's like it was quite refreshing, to be honest. Yeah, so I apologize about that. I was hoping we were going to be able to squeeze out a little bit more, but here we are, 7.
Sorry.
All good. All good.
No, I said we still,
I mean-
like I'm looking at the recording, and it was still 2 hours. So I know,
Yeah.
I know we still had a bit to play, but no, I'm
that's fine.
I'm good
If
with
we want to
that.
hit some euchre, I'm happy.
Ooh, yeah. Do we bring Jeff in? Brian, can you play euchre?
Or 5 can't play euchre, but we could actually play something else
No,
as well
no.
with the.
I've not played euchre. I have played euchre. I just always forget how to play it.
Yeah.